In today's Blazing Trails segment of Ignite Success, we have Helen Jackson, who is founder and CEO of Women of Color Cultural Foundation. Welcome, Helen.
Hello.
So, Helen, tell us a little bit about your background, because I know you were at the Department of Health for a long time. Is that right?
That's correct. I was the Director of Nutrition and Chronic Disease Division.
And how long were you there?
I was at the Health Department in Florida for 23 years.
Wow.
But prior to that, I was at the Health Department in Detroit for 14 and a half years.
So you had a lot of experience in health.
Yes, indeed, indeed.
And you're also a pastor.
I'm also a pastor. I'm pastor for Prince Chapel AME Church in Fernandina Beach.
Oh, terrific, terrific. And so you founded Women of Color Cultural Foundation in 2013, is that right?
Actually, we were founded in February of 2000.
Okay.
We became incorporated.
And so tell us about that organization.
The Women of Color Cultural Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that addresses issues of disparity among people of color in the areas of health, education, and economic development.
And how do you address them? What kinds of programs do you offer? What do you do?
A variety of programs. We address issues through having health symposiums, workshops, seminars, girl talk, family talk, and working with the community on addressing issues of education by helping our young people to get into colleges that would normally not go to college. And our program has had a 98% success rate of graduation from college.
Wow, that's awesome. That's terrific. How many youths is that who have graduated?
It's been over 38 youth.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
And we have given out over $165,000 in scholarships.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's terrific. So do you have various different fundraisers and things like that?
We have a number of fundraisers, many generous contributions from our community and from some of the local sponsors.
Oh, that's terrific. And I know you've got a very big event coming up, the ACE event. Can you tell us about that?
ACE stands for Adolescents Choosing Excellence, and it is a program to address education among our young people, and specifically the Youth Summit addresses issues about obesity prevention in childhood. So our children get together from all over the greater Jacksonville area, and we take them to the zoo, explore through a safari hunt, how animals eat, and how that compares to how people eat.
Oh, what a great idea.
And then they enter into a contest explaining the difference in different forms of art, including dancing and drawing and painting.
Fabulous. How wonderful. And you have 1,500 children coming
Between
to this.
1,500 and 2,000 every year for the past 19 years at the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens.
Oh, that's sensational. That's wonderful. Oh, that's exciting. So that's coming up in May?
That's coming up June the 25th.
June 25th, 2019.
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting. I love that idea. That's so creative. So let's address the needs in Jacksonville. All of us who pay any attention to what's happening in North Florida know that there's disparity economically, education-wise, and opportunity-wise when we address people of color. Can you talk to that?
Unfortunately, the disparity does exist between the majority population and people of color. In the area of economic development, the job ratio, your ratio is lower for African Americans and people of color. There are also low income jobs, so therefore they're not making living wages.
Right.
And so there are 2 or 3 jobs that need to be maintained by one family in order to survive, and that's just unheard of in America.
It is.
In addition to that, in the area of health, there's a disparity no matter what chronic disease you speak of. There is a disproportionate number of African Americans and people of color to those of majority population. Even in the area of infant mortality, the rate is 2 to 1.
Oh, wow, that's awful.
Very unfortunate.
Well, and I know on the north side, when I took Leadership Jacksonville, we looked at this very big issue of diabetes and health and heart attacks, and that there were certain sectors that were particularly prone to it in the lower economic sectors. And part of it is a food desert and lack of access to produce, fresh produce, and only fast food and not good grocery stores and things like that. So is that part of your education, is teaching them about what to eat?
Yes, and where to go to shop and how to grow fresh fruits and vegetables in their own neighborhoods, in the gardens where they live at, making their home at their home a small garden to grow some fresh fruits and vegetables, because it's not so easily accessible at the grocery stores. And when it is available, the prices are extremely high.
Right.
So that's very unfortunate. In addition to that, understanding that there's a relationship between what we eat and our health.
There is.
And so if we have to spend too much money on food, then we don't have enough for our health care.
All right.
So therefore, there's another disparity that exists, not only in the area of heart disease, but also cancer, diabetes, you name it. And there's a disparity that exists, not only for women, but also men.
So thank you so much for being with us. We'll look forward to the ACE event in June. And Helen, thank you for all the wonderful work you do in our community.
Thank you so much for having me and sharing this opportunity.
My pleasure.